Hello and welcome to another edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with Get Oiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of Get Oiling, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hey everyone, really good to hear today.
We are. We're glad you're here. We're also glad that Julie and Colin have joined us. Hey, guys, welcome.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing, everybody?
I am really thrilled to chat with you guys today. We've got a lot to get into. As you're coming in, let us know where in the world you are. I hope you are well, happy, and warm wherever you may be. Today, we are talking about done for you content that we release every month to brand partners who use your Get Oiling system to share and keep their audience educated and curious and connecting with new product. We're going to get into that content today. We've got some exciting announcements to share as well. So go ahead and head into the chat. Let us know where you are. And again, we're just so thrilled to have you here. Get Oiling is a platform for any brand partner from anywhere in the world who wants to grow their business by working smarter. We give you everything in one place, consolidating all the tools that you need for your marketing, for staying connected, and of course, for putting yourself out there so that you get found. And we also help to support you in your efforts to grow your oily adjacent businesses as well. So if you are a coach, if you're a consultant, if you offer services, raindrop, whatever that might be, AFT, all of these things are things that you can also do with your Get Oiling system. We've got tons of resources available for you. And for our most popular plans, we are $1 for your first month. So if you are new, you're considering us, I hope that you'll give us a try. We're going to pop out of our video here and into the slides that I've prepared for you guys here today. Again, head over into the chat. Let us know where you are. We're excited to have you here. Today, we're talking about our done for you content. This is something that we release every month, and you can look forward to this being released the second to last Thursday of the month. So we give you a little over an entire week to get this modified if you wish to modify it and customized so that it's ready to send out for the following month. Now, today, what we're going to talk about first is a very exciting announcement that I want to share with you guys. We're going to talk about momentum, and this does pertain to getting your content planned and scheduled ahead of time. We'll talk about that here in just a second. We're going to talk about how the Tip Tuesday funnel works. So that's what our done for you content is. It is something that we call a funnel, and we send tips out every Tuesday, or you do, and we create that content for you to send. We'll talk about how you can apply and manage these resources each month. And we'll talk about how to use this system to nurture your leads and engage your customers long-term. And as always, we'll get into live help and Q&A. That's what this call was created for. It's an opportunity for us to get together. We call it a weekly work session because we work together on these calls. So if you came here today looking for help, you're in the right place. You have questions, feel free to please put those into the Q&A here on the live call so that we can work with you. If you have a request to actually get hands-on together today, that's an option too. Please feel free to ask away. We've got Greg, who's created the system here. We've got two of the smartest people I know, Julie and Colin here, who also know the system very well. And we can get either your questions answered, or of course, we can share screens and work together live. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, I hope you'll come and join us. We are live every Thursday at noon US Eastern Time. And you can go to getoiling.com/weekly work session to sign up for these calls. If you'd like to review work together, so if you're building your website out or you're creating something new, and you would like to actually just schedule some time on a call like this one, you've got the opportunity to do so here, getoiling.com/website review. There are more opportunities for live help as well. Pam, who is a member of our team who operates more on West Coast US time, she's got different availability during the week that she can help with as well. You can go to getoiling.com/live help to meet with her. And if you would like to hand off your work to a member of our team to have it done for you, that is also an option. Getoiling.com/concierge is where you can go to learn more about all of the happy people who have used these services, get an idea of what can be done for you, and of course, request a quote for your project. All right, so first things first, momentum. This is a program that we launched during convention season last year, and it's really designed to get you into systems, operating your business with systems so that you can create reliable results for your business, getting all of the things done that need to be done for your business while being able to show up and be present where it counts. So momentum begins with a hands-on setup day. This is a half-day workshop that's live, and it helps you to get all of your systems built and your plan in place. This is hands-on, and no one is left behind. This is a place where you can go and get help if you feel like you are stuck every time you log in and sit down to try to do something. Maybe you're not a digital native and you need a little bit of extra help. This is a really great place to get it. So we have a half-day workshop that we will be hosting in March, and then we will have 90 days from there of coaching calls and weekly live office hours to help you keep moving after that setup day, to make sure that we're getting our systems locked into place and moving well. And this is for the brand partner who keeps meaning to get consistent, right? This is what finally makes it happen. So momentum, if you were a current student, so if you signed up for New Year Momentum and you're already in Momentum right now, you can return for 77. So when you log in and click the link in your dashboard, you have special pricing. We also right now have early bird pricing through February 27th. It's $97. If you've never been a part of Momentum before, you can save your seat. And again, this is going to give you 90 days of support, small group calls, coaching calls, and a half-day live workshop. Enrollment is going to close in total on Friday, March the 6th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So I want you to look for the link in your Get Oiling dashboard. Let me go show you really quick. If you log into your Get Oiling, you do, of course, have to be a Get Oiling member to use this. But if you're logged in, you'll see Momentum right here for as long as seats are available. All you have to do is click and open it up and click here to sign up. It will charge the card that you have on file and it will save your seat for the upcoming spring Momentum season. And a really cool thing about Momentum is that, right now, today, we're talking about offering you this done for you content for March, right? We're on the 19th of February now. We've got a little bit of time to get everything queued up and ready to go. Well, if you get started with Momentum, you're going to have April, May, and June all at once. So you can set it and forget it, right? Because the whole goal of systems in your business is to work on things that need to be worked on in batches, if they can be, and then to be able to show up present and doing the work without feeling like you have to be in reactive mode all the time. So I hope you'll consider this. Click the link that Greg just popped here into the chat if you want to learn more. And we would be thrilled to work with you in the coming season. All right, so let's get into this. Our weekly content, right? Our Tip Tuesday, our weekly wellness tips. The reason why we are creating this is because we need to send weekly content. Why is that? Most leads who are exposed to us are not ready to buy from us the first time they meet us, or even the first time that they learn about Young Living. They need ongoing education and exposure to get the context, to understand why this is something that would be valuable for them. And those customers that you have, once you've signed them up, they need continuous guidance on their wellness journey as well. And this funnel provides small, actionable steps and exposure to product in context to help them round out their monthly orders and to understand the broader scope of goals that they can achieve, problems they can solve when they look deeper into using Young Living products. So these consistent weekly touch points are something that build trust and engagement over time with your people. And these Young Living products are introduced naturally within wellness education, making it easy for leads to take the next step, right? So this is fundamentally different from deciding that everyone that I know needs to know about thieves. I'm going to come up with a piece of educational content and send it out to them because I want to, right? That's not something that lands particularly well. It's not something that works very effectively. And the reason why is that person might not be in the right frame of mind or context right now to where that matters at all to them. Right. So the reason why we create this content the way that we do is that we are focusing on seasonally relevant subject matter that is likely interesting to the people that we are connecting with. So someone is going to be a lot more interested, and we actually are introducing Thieves Household Cleaner this week. We are interested in this in context, right? Because when we are creating content for March, that's the beginning of spring. We think of spring cleaning. Well, if we think of spring cleaning, we get a relevant contextual opportunity to talk about a clean spring cleaning product that can tackle their whole house, right? So how this works. We have a landing page that we provide for you. If you're already using this system, then this is something that you have and are familiar with. I'll show you how to use it here in just a bit. But there is a page that will show up on your Get Oiling website where they can put in their name, email, optionally phone, and sign themselves up for your weekly tips. And the lead here in that instance is opting in to the landing page. Now, when that happens, they are going to get a pop-up that looks like this. And it's going to set expectations. It's going to let them know one of those expectations is that they're not going to start seeing stuff from you right away, right? The next thing they're going to see from you is on the following Tuesday. And the last week of every month, you're going to update the campaign for the following, right? So next week is the last week of February. We are going to attach a new campaign for March and get these things plugged in where it needs to be so that this continues to work throughout the year. So the contacts who opted in previously on that landing page are going to be able to keep getting Tuesday tips throughout the rest of the year, because this is a quick 10 minutes a month thing that we do, maybe even less time than that, depending on how you choose to set this up. So just a quick round of edits and plugins once a month that we show you how to do and remind you to do. And your people keep getting these all year round. And anyone new who shows up to that page and says yes, will start getting tips the next Tuesday. So how we manage this is the last week of every month, we're going to swap out the campaign, which is what we're providing for you today, on your landing page for the next month's campaign. So next week, you're going to be swapping out on your Tip Tuesday landing page, you're going to be swapping out February for March, right? And then we are going to, and this is something we can do today, or as soon as you have your campaign prepared, you can filter your leads for the weekly wellness tips tag, right? So these are people who already said yes to receiving this information, and we'll apply March's campaign to them so that they start receiving those messages as scheduled. Now let's talk about what is in our March 2026 Tip Tuesday emails. Our first week is all about spring renewal and energy. We'll talk about shaking off winter sluggishness with simple morning rituals for clarity and motivation. Our featured products are peppermint vitality and lemon vitality. We're very oil focused this month. The second week, we'll talk about immune support for seasonal shifts, right? We're still very much in those seasonal issues season, to stay super compliant here. We're going to talk about why immune support matters during seasonal transitions, practical ways to support natural defenses, and our featured products are Thieves Vitality and frankincense. Week 3, we talk about mood boosting strategies. We're still coming out of the darker months of the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. We talk about creating an uplifting environment at home, using scent to support emotional wellness, and we offer Citrus Fresh and Stress Away. You can see how you might even consider offering a bundle that basically offers all of these things, right? So a lot of these are in some of the starter kits that are available. Week 4, we talk about spring cleaning with purpose. We're rethinking spring cleaning as a wellness strategy, creating toxin-reduced home environments. And here, of course, we feature Thieves Household Cleaner, and we introduce purification. So best practices here, I'm going to be showing you how to use this in just a second. Best practices, make sure that you're sharing the landing page for this funnel regularly. This is where people are going to say, yes, I want your tips. And we're going to collect their name and email, and they then become someone who is tagged in your system with weekly wellness tips, so that every month when we filter for that tag, we are able to make sure that those people get the next month's content. And then we want to remind our customers about these tips as well, right? So I fully expect that you are engaging with your customers on a one-on-one or in other ways throughout the month, right? Make sure that every time you're connecting with a customer, you're checking in and you're asking them, hey, are you getting the weekly wellness tips? Right? Make sure that this is something that you're offering. Nobody will know about this unless you offer it. So it should show up wherever you do. And you want to make sure that you're getting people onto it, right? And many will sign up even after their first purchase. I love offering this as part of sort of a close to their initial 90 days with you. I don't want to overwhelm them in their first 90 days, especially if they're working toward achieving a goal with you. But whenever the time is appropriate and they're starting to get curious, this is a great way to sort of feed that curiosity about how they can dig just a little bit deeper with their relationship with Young Living and maybe adding more to their orders. And we want to engage the people who respond to the questions about their wellness goals. So each one of these emails is written with a question at the end that is asking for them to hit reply and respond to you. So if someone responds, oh my gosh, that is a beautiful, perfect opportunity for you to take a lead who's not yet buying and get them signed up, or to take a customer who is curious about getting better results and connect them with more product for their next order, right? And then most important of all, make sure that you stay consistent, right? You're only doing this once a month. It just takes a few minutes. And if you are consistently applying this and your people are receiving these emails week over week over week, and you're promoting this consistently, growing the list of people who are seeing this, people will come to expect and appreciate these weekly insights. You could use these as a starting point to include additional information and essentially have a weekly newsletter for yourself. All you have to do is plug in whatever upcoming events or current blog posts you have, and you've got a beautiful way to just sort of condense it all into a weekly newsletter, right? So people will come to expect these things. And when you've got a habit, right? When you've got a bunch of people who have a habit of listening to you, you will get better results in the long run, right? So when you say, I'm having an event, and they're already used to opening up the emails you send, when you send that email that says, hey, there's an event coming up, come RSVP, you're going to get more people opening. You're going to get more people saying yes, right? Similarly, albeit rarely, if you wanted to promote a sale, again, if you've got an engaged group of people who are regularly opening emails from you, these are going to be the people most likely to engage and open when you have something that you want to promote in the future. Now, the final thing, and I'll be showing you guys how to navigate this, you want to make sure that your links are correct. This done for you content is built for the US English speaking market. You can adjust this for wherever you are in the world and whatever it is that you want to share. And I will be showing you how you can make those modifications here today. But we do have built-in links. If you are in the US and you like the way that these look, you can use this as is with no modifications whatsoever, meaning you can just go ahead and follow the steps to plug this in and send it out and you're good to go, right? But do make sure that your links are correct if you need to change them, right? So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to claim and personalize our landing page if we haven't done so already. We are going to start sharing this landing page link with our leads and customers once we have this set up. And then we're going to plan to swap out the campaign that we're going to talk about today after the last Tuesday of each month. So today is February 19th. So February 24th is the final Tuesday of February 2026. After about 9 a.m. Eastern time, when this is supposed to go out, make yourself a little reminder to just go in and swap out on your landing page the March campaign, this one that we are building today. Obviously, if this is your first time setting this up, you're just going to plug in March today and you'll be fine. Now, make sure that you attend our upcoming calls for our new Tip Tuesday topics or reminders to update your campaign. We're always going to be sending you something that says, hey, it's time. It's a call just like the one we're having here today. And the more consistently you share and update this funnel, the more leads and customers you will nurture to grow your business. All right. So let's go ahead and get into what it looks like to get this done. I'm going to show you what you can do from the very start, right? If you have never gone through this process before, I'm going to show you exactly where to go. Do consider getting started with momentum. That is going to be a really helpful starting point for you if you're interested in content for your business and really getting the most out of using your Get Oiling system. We're going to go over here to the Success Academy from inside of Get Oiling. I'm going to go to online resources and I'm going to click right here where it says weekly wellness content. We're going to open that up. Now, if you have not done so already, if you do not yet have the landing page for this funnel, and that landing page, if you go double check, look in your landing pages menu over here, type in the word tip or Tuesday, and you will be able to search for and find your landing page if you have it. This is what it looks like when you're editing. So if you already have this or a version of this, you can skip this first step. If you are ready and you have that landing page downloaded, we can now move on to the step that we all need to take, which is to connect our campaign. Now, you may have already received the link via email earlier today to our blog post that shares this month's or this coming month's campaign content. But if we click this link here to visit the blog hub, it's going to take you just to our weekly wellness tip content. And so you can see here, this is our March, right? But if you wanted to grab February's and get yourself caught up for next week, if you want to start promoting this right away, you could certainly follow this for February and then deal with March next week, right? So this is where we're going though today. This is the most important thing I want you to do is to click on this one, March 2026 Weekly Wellness Tips. And I want you to scroll down here to grab the resource bundle, right? So when we click this and we're logged in to Get Oiling, we're going to reach this claim a resource bundle page. This is our Tip Tuesday campaign for March of 2026. I'm going to go ahead and grant permission for GetOiling to see that I've claimed this. And then I want you to pick one of these two formats. If you're brand new to using GetOiling, my recommendation is to start with plain text. This is going to feel more familiar to you. If you have used a block or drag and drop style builder for emails in the past, like Flowdesk or MailChimp, you may choose to use block format, or of course, pick whichever one you are used to using in GetOiling. Now, really quick, importantly, we do have Canva image templates here. If you wanted to change out what this looks like, right? So all of these are in this sort of deep green, grass green color that you can use and plug in however you like, right? So you can claim this template, change the colors to the colors you prefer to use, and then you can use those moving forward. So that's right here in the resource bundle. And if you just want to have the text that's being shared, if you just want that information, there is a text file here, which let me go and show you this here real quick. If you download that, it's just a plain text file that gives you the date, the subject line, the preview, and then each section of the email itself. So if you wanted to use this to build your own, using your own formatting, you could certainly do that as well. So you've got three different options. I am going to choose this block format option, and I'm going to click claim. Now, once I've done that, it's going to give it to me right here. I can go ahead and open this up and we can start working on it. Now you can see that this is date-based. It's going to send on March 2nd, which means that the first email is going to them on March 3rd, which is a Tuesday. And so you can see here, we have 3/10/17/24/31. There we go. 3/10/17/24/31. It's all here. Perfect, right? All right, so we can go in and open this up. And we can see all of the content that's here by opening it up and checking it out. Now, let's talk first about what it means to modify what's here based on your market, right? So if you are in Canada, for instance, and you need to change this out, so here, for instance, here's a purification. This is something that you probably have in your market. If there is a I think vitality isn't something that's in the Canadian market. So if you wanted to change it, what I want you to call your attention to here is that where we have it linked, you can click it and you can go to edit link here. And you can see that I actually have, if I zoom in here, you can see that this is US English, right? And then it's the product link. There's purification essential oil blend. And then I've got this little thing here on the end, the sponsor ID equals member number and enroller ID equals member number. Now this is built in, and basically what this means is if you're in the US market, US English speaking market, someone can click this and just go straight off to it. It's going to be credited to you if they purchase, right? But if you are in a different market, you're going to need to make a modification here. So I need to change this to Canada for purification. So I'm going to go to Young Living's Canada. Here's, I think that this is it. Yep, perfect. So I can go to Young Living Canada, and you can see here this Young Living English Canada, and I'm going to type in purification. And there it is. I can do 5 or 15 mil. And then what I'm going to do is go up here and grab the link, copy this link, and I'm going to come back to my lesson here, or to my message, and I'm going to just hit space here, and I'm going to click this leaf. It says insert link, insert YL link with my member number. Okay, so I'm going to click this leaf link. I'm going to paste in that Canadian English link to purification. And you can see that it is actually going to give me a new coded link that has that sponsor ID and enroller ID. And when you do this, you'll actually see your Young Living member number here. Now, this link is not cute. It needs to be. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to unlink it so I can just grab it and copy it and delete it. And then I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to click edit. And I'm going to paste that new Canadian link, you can see here, ENCA, into the URL field. I'll click update there, and I can complete this for the rest of the content that I have, right? Now, What if we want to change the design here? Now, I have already actually created some saved sections because I've done this previously, but let me just show you what this would look like. If you have opened up the Tip Tuesday Canva file here, I can go and view this and open it. And I can apply my branding that is maybe not this green color to what's here. So let's walk through what that looks like. It's pretty easy. I'm going to click the background here and you can see that this is green. I'll click that. And then you choose something from your color palette. So I'm going to choose this color here. And that means that I'm probably going to want to change the font color, or maybe I want something higher contrast. Let me just go ahead and use this teal blue instead. I like that. I'm going to keep that, but maybe I don't want this. But first, you see what it says, what it does down here where it says change all from green to blue? Go ahead and do that because that's going to save you a ton of time. I am going to change this element to something that is maybe more in line with elements that I use. So I'm going to find a graphic and maybe I focus on yoga. So I'm going to use this one. And here, let me send that to the back so that I can grab this and drag it up. Perfect. I do need this to be white, like the font that I have here. So I'll go ahead and see if that's something that's even possible. It actually doesn't look like it is. I need to return to the drawing board here. So what if I use, I'm going to find a yoga graphic that I can change the color of, which weirdly, I can't change that one. Yoga line drawing is what I'll do here. Perfect. Here we go. I'll use this lotus. I can change the color on it. Easy enough. I can drag that to make it as big as I'd like. And I'll change the color so that it is white. Perfect. All right, so that's how I want this to show up. I can change my font here as well. Maybe my font is that I like to use is this one. I'm going to go ahead and click change all. Excellent. And now I can just go through the rest of the process here and see this is already that nice blue color that I changed to. I can just go ahead and change the blue color from green everywhere else. So let's click that again. Where it offers change all, click it. And let's just scroll through and see if we like it. And I do. This works. All right. I can go ahead and download all of these. I'm just going to download them to my device. There are ways to actually just access these from within GetWhaling. That's also an option for you. So I've got all of those downloaded, which is great. I can come right back over here to my message. And what I'll do is I'm going to click here and I can replace and go find that image. There's that first one. There's our color. All right. And so now what I need to do is change my background image, or sorry, my background color for the entire message body. So I'm going to actually just use my color picker here and apply that. Look at that. We're almost there. This is so cool. I can do that for this as well. Applying that color. And then here again, I'm just going to be swapping out my images. There's my today's tip. And there are a couple of ways that you can set this up so that you don't have to repeat this process every time you want to make a modification. But here, let me go ahead and grab my third one. The blue is showing up in the color picker because there's an eyedropper. So I'm not sure that that's something that you're actually seeing. So when I go to, let me find a green, the dots down here, like this right here, color is here. So when I click it and I say show colors, I'm not sure if you can see this little thing that's floating over the top, but there is an eyedropper tool, and I am on a Mac. That's going to be a little bit different for you if you're on a PC. But then I hover over and I find that blue color, and then that applies it. Right? So that's how I set that up. Now I can go ahead and swap out this why we love it as well. Changing this image out for the one that I created in Canva. We're going to click replace, browse, oh, not browse, sorry, drop or click. And I believe that is this one. Why we love it. Perfect. And if I have updated my images here, this email would be basically good to go, right? So what I'm going to do here first is make sure that I have these sections saved, or another thing that we can do. So we have this designed exactly as we want it. I am going to actually save this whole thing as a template, right? So click Save Template. And this is going to be, actually, I don't want to do that just yet. Let me go ahead and show you what to do if you are someone who is blogging and you want to maybe introduce your blog articles, or if you want to promote your events. So what I'm going to do is duplicate one of these sections. I'm going to go ahead and do it twice. And I'm going to drag this one down here and this one as well. And one of these I'm going to swap, because if you recall in this Canva template, I actually created a from the blog and a coming soon, which is for events. So let me go ahead and here and change my alternative text here to from the blog. And this one I'm going to replace for that last one that I created, which is upcoming events. Change my alternative text here as well to upcoming events. And now I can go to blocks and drag in text here. And actually, I think what I want to do is I want to keep the formatting that I already have in one of these sections. So how about I'm going to duplicate this one and drag it down. And yes, that's what these dots are for. This is for drag and drop. So down here under from the blog, I'm going to pop that right in here. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. And this is going to be for my upcoming events, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab this here. And this is going to be on the blog this week. And this is where I could basically go in. Let me just grab in my Get Oiling system. Let me find a blog post. All right, so I'm going to click Get Link here for setting realistic goals for low tox living as a busy mom. I'm going to come over here and I am going to have AI write this for me. So I'm going to say write. Let me pop the link in right there. And I'm going to say write a brief blurb for my newsletter that invites readers to click through and read this blog post. And I'm going to go ahead and grab just a little bit more information about it. I'm going to grab the title and I'm going to pop that in here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my description that I have for my blog post as well. So let me just go open that up real quick and I'll go grab my description and come back to my message. So title, and then my meta description, and then the link, and I'll have it right. All right, so here we go. Beautiful, love it. Add to editor. So good. Read it here. All right, so I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to make it a button. So let me paste that link there. I'll have it open in a new tab. And just to kind of give it a little bit more visual interest, I'm going to make it a color. And I think I want to align it to the right here. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Now, obviously, this blue color is not one of the colors that are in my brand palette here. So certainly choose something that's within your brand palette. I'm going to go and do the same thing for my event. So let me find an event that I want to share. So I'm going to scroll down here to an event. And here I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to come back over here and do the same thing, right? So I'm going to delete what's here. I'm going to allow AI to write this for me. And so I want to write a brief blurb for my newsletter that invites readers to click through and learn about this upcoming event. And then I'm just going to use the title and the description. I can go back to my events here and open that up. Obviously, this is one that's in the past. But if you have one that's currently on offer that's coming up, that's what you would put here. I am going to say description here. And I will paste that and then the link for the event. So I'm going to click copy and get that a link on my clipboard. And then I'm going to paste this here where I put the link and click write. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to the editor. I don't want to say, hey, friends, because I've already introduced the post here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab this link. We're going to copy it. And we're going to say register here. I'm going to turn this into a link by pasting that link in there. Click open a new tab. Oh, it's not letting me do it. All right, I'm going to turn that into a button as well. And again, just for the visual interest and interruption of pattern here, I am going to align that to the right? So there's our coming soon. So you could actually turn this into an entire newsletter, right? So we've got our tip. We are talking about what our tip is. We're introducing product. We're saying, here's what we're talking about on the blog. Here's a link to read it. Here's an event that's coming up soon. We're asking a question. We're sending them off, right? It's all pretty simple, pretty easy. Now, if once this is in place and I like it, I can click here and go save template. And I'm going to call this Tip Tuesday Blue and save the template. And this is going to save you a ton of time in the next step, right? Because we do have the subsequent messages in this campaign that we need to work out as well. All right. So once this is done saving, and it does say that it's saved, I can go ahead and click done and save, and then move on to the next message, right? So I can go to message. Here's our day 8. And you can see that it's green. That's how it arrives. I'm going to go edit email. And here I'm going to change template. I'm going to go find my Tip Tuesday Blue. There it is. And what I'm going to do is combine it into existing content. And so now all I need to do is delete the stuff that I don't want, right? So we've got all of this information is here. It's plugged in. And all we have to do is go drag it where we want it and delete the things that we don't, right? So there are the green dots. All I got to do now is drag these blue dots where I want them, right? Drag them on up to where we want them to go, right? We're just replacing with elements. So I'll delete that. Today's tip, it's down here. And again, all I have to do is drag it up to where I want it to go. There it is. Delete the one that we don't want. And you're just going to repeat this process for the rest of this email and the others in the series. And then, of course, if you need to change the links for your market, you're going to use that leaf link as well. If you're going to add in information about your upcoming events or your blog, you are going to want to provide information for those to insert them. And from there, you've got everything that you need. You're good to go. Right. And so this is something that takes just a little bit of time with a little bit of preparation for you to plug in and share and keep people up to date, no matter what it is that you want to share throughout the month. So, right. So if that is going to be, events, if that's going to be blogs, or maybe you don't include these, right? That's entirely up to you. You're just going to go through this process and apply these changes for the remainder of the month, and you'll have everything you need right there. All right. So I am interested to see if there are any questions. Let me see if there's anything in the Q&A here. Happy to get through those here with you guys. Allison, you say I have a purple template saved that's a replica of this template here. Is there an easy way to use that with our copy? Normally, I just open and change everything manually, so having the template seems useless unless I create mine from scratch. So this example that I just shared is essentially what my recommendation would be, right? So you create the template that you want, and then you go to the next message. You open it up, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and click Change Template. Go find the one that you want. So you're going to be looking for your purple one. I'm going to use this blue one. And what I want to do is combine into existing content. So this is going to apply the background colors. It's going to introduce all of the images that come with this template that you've created, right? And now all you have to do is just delete the ones that you don't want and move the ones that you do into place, right? So you can see all of these are here. Now, the other option that you could pursue here, if you didn't want to do that, is you could use your own template and take that text file, right? So this text file that's right here, this text only file that I've provided for you guys, you can use the copy that's in here to plug into whatever style of newsletter you have created and have built for yourself to use, right? But the easiest way to do it, I think, is to click Change Template and then have it import in all of these pieces and just do a little drag and drop and you're done. All right, so theoretically, I should be able to get all my quarterly content done in the half-day workshop, plan monthly themes, monthly events, weekly blogs, emails, announce those events, Timing didn't work out for me this time. I feel like I've been scrambling. Yeah, so this is something like where we're talking about the expectations for momentum. Your first time in momentum, the likelihood that you are going to, in a 4-hour session, get done everything that you could possibly want to get done for a quarter, like that's a really tall order. But after you have been through this process several times, it gets easier to do that, right? You will definitely be able to have planned out all of your content inside of that half-day workshop. Absolutely. So that you know what you're working on next. The onus will still be on you to set up your schedule so that you can sit down and produce the content that needs to be produced after that, right? I don't think that you're going to realistically get well done, accurate content from any well-trained AI for an entire quarter in 4 hours, right? Social posts, blog posts, emails, etc. I don't want to give you unrealistic expectations, but you will have the full game plan in place. You could have your entire Trello board filled out, for instance, so that you know what needs to happen next, right? I would venture to guess that if you are at least somewhat familiar with the process, right, that we've been teaching over the last couple of years here, that if you do this planning session, you've got all of the pieces in place, the whole plan is laid out. I think that it's realistic if you can set up a few hour to several hour long blocks for yourself over the course of a couple of weeks. I would say within the month of March for sure. But maybe even we can be optimistic here first couple of weeks of March. You can have everything plugged in and ready to go. I know that from my personal experience creating a blog post, a video outline, reminder emails, like basically all of the stuff that we do for both of our platforms, using the systems that I teach, we are able to get, the bulk of that planning and content production done for a quarter within about a week and a half. And those aren't necessarily like 8-hour days either. I'm not saying like it's your full-time job those weeks, but you do get significantly ahead. All right, is there a way to make my education vault prettier? Right now, I have a list with categories. I was thinking it could look better, at least in desktop, to have the categories side by side, or maybe 3 across. I think maybe you're talking about how things look inside of your class, like the images inside of your class. Your vault content images will automatically adjust themselves on mobile. So if you log into your vault and all you see is a list of links, what you may choose to do is to apply images to those pieces of vault content, and that will make a more sort of visually attractive interface. And you can apply the same rules into your classes, right? So when you go into a class, you can have an image for each lesson. This can feel like overkill, though. I don't think that it's all totally necessary, especially if your class, or at least one of your classes, is going to be more or less like Young Living reference content, like educational content. It's going to be more important that people are able to see what it is and search for it than for it to be cute, right? So there are places where you can make it prettier, and that's going to come from adding images to your vault content. So applying an image to the class, applying an image to the discussion room, etc. But where it needs to be like searchable, referenceable content, I would not concern myself quite so much about that, because a Young Living product education class that can talk about different, however you like to organize it, that's an encyclopedia, which is typically not a picture book, right? So it's to be able to use that tool effectively, that would be better kept in the less pretty but very functional way. All right, I have some contacts selected as a reminder in another tab to follow up on an event. Can I, in the other tab, filter for weekly wellness tips and add them to the March campaign without affecting those selected about an upcoming event? I think if you have contacts selected to apply an action to them, that's going to be limited to the tab that you're in, but that might not be true. I guess Greg, Colin, Julie, do you guys know? Like if you have contacts selected in your contact manager, so here are my 4 people, and I'm in this tab on my browser, I'm planning to do a very specific thing with this set of people, but I open up a new tab and I go to my contacts. Does the filter apply there? Like, does it carry over? Would a tab break that up?
I mean, it should be separate, whatever, because it normally has a little drop down on the actions button that says actions 5 selected, something like that. I think it's in that menu. Whatever it says there, it will. It may carry some of the selected ones from the previous one, because it does kind of have a little memory. So you just got to watch and make sure. If it only says 3, or if it says like 10, but you only have 3 selected, then it is picking it up from the other one. It does remember it. So probably, I guess, we'll carry it over, but just something to just look at that number, make sure it's the right number.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Allison, you said there is an option to edit all messages. Can you talk about that? Yeah, so this is really just a way, if we go over here to the campaign itself, if I go to save here, this is a great thing to use as sort of like a final click here to see edit all messages. This will just give you a single space where you can scroll through and just review everything that's here. You will still need to open it up to edit it. So for instance, I just want to do a quick double check and make sure that all of my messages are edited. This one, for instance, we can tell is not. This one also is not, right? So that's essentially what that looks like. You will still need to click through to open it up. So you won't have to go from page to page to page, right? So message page to message page. You have one thing and you can open it up from one place and then scroll to the next one. So that's what that looks like. To access the full text file, when you are on the resource bundle page, Adrian, it's going to be right here. So when we say check one of the boxes down here, we are outlining what those are, plain text and block format. If you want to use our Canva images, that link is here. And the text only option that provides all copy that is in both versions of these that you could plug into your own formatting if you choose. That's going to be right here. And when you click this, it's going to download a plain text file to your device that you could use to edit however you wish. All right. Do you think it makes the email too long and too much for readers? I don't think so. And here's why. It would be one thing if this entire email was text. And there was a bunch of it. But the fact is the way that we have this set up is that it's broken up very cleanly with very short pieces of information to consume in each piece. That means that it's scannable. And it means that when you get to the point that's interesting to you, it is quick and easy to take in. So what we're creating there, yes, is a longer email, but it is not a more laborious piece of content to consume. So it is good to have long content. Publish content on your blog, for one. That's good for SEO. That's good for search authority, right? And it's also good to have long website pages. It's good to have long emails. The reason why is the same reason that we use things like images and animations. We're keeping them engaged. in order for them to find what they're looking for, they have to actively interact. So if we have them still staring at a block of text, the susceptibility to rush off and check their phone or whatever else might be satisfying for them to do in the moment that's distractible, right? Which is what we're fighting against this all the time, is people who are trying to compete in the information economy. We are always competing against whatever distractions they have, and most of us have a multitude of those. So if you have a longer piece of content that is well spaced, that has easy to consume pieces of information, you're going to keep them engaged longer, right? We should never bet that they're ever going to read everything in full, and certainly not from the very beginning all the way down, unless there's someone who has a habit of consuming information from you like that. What we're creating here, especially if you're adding in things in newsletter format, is we're creating something that's scannable for them to go straight to the thing that they like the most, right? Because few people are going to engage with all parts of this equally. They will go to the part that's most interesting to them. So don't be afraid of length. So long as it's density. Density is the enemy here, because density is going to trigger a "this feels like work" response in their brain that is going to help them go get distracted and stop paying attention to what you're saying. All right. When I combine, okay, when do I combine template? Does the top section change and have the purple block, but then the rest of the purple blocks are stacked at the bottom? So it's importing everything. So it's combining them together. So this isn't going to delete the existing content, right? So when you do that, what I demonstrated a couple of times, when you click change template, you have three options. One of them is to wipe out what's there completely and put something new there, right? And the one that we want to choose is to combine both together, right? And so essentially what that combining both together is going to look like is that it's going to apply the color of the template that you created, and it's going to import all of the images and visual elements of that template that you created, right? So it's not going to know like this equals this or that equals that. You know that, and you can go and swap that out, right? So yeah, it brings in everything from the template you created. You just need to pull it into place. Okay, Stacy says, if you have done any B&B training, can you point me to that and suggest which landing page replay would be best if I want to collect information? So yes, we did. Let me show you where you can go to find any of our historical training information. We did talk about balance and burn, but not specifically. I think it's really important for you to understand the context of how we presented balance and burn. So if you scroll down here to live training and replays, and this is in the Success Academy live training and replays, you'll find everything recent here. And what we did was this right here, weight loss promo that actually works. Okay. And so what I don't do here, and what I would not encourage anyone to do, is to just make what it is that you're going to say about the product, because the only people who are going to listen are the ones who can articulate that the problem that they have is that they, want weight loss, and they want, to control their blood sugar in the process, right? That's a fraction of people, right? And those people also already trust Young Living. That's an even smaller fraction of people, right? So what we talk about in that training is really about the best ways to frame conversations and engagement so that you can have conversations about that product, right? So definitely check that out. If you're interested in promoting balance and burn and getting more people onto that product, that training I think is going to be really contextually helpful. If you want to be in a position where you aren't talking at people about the thing you want to sell them, but you're creating opportunity for them to come to you and say, what solutions do you have that solve this problem that I acknowledge that I have, right? Because that's what gets you the sale. Then you're going to really like what's there. All right, Janine says, where does the template for the weekly tips pull names from? Mine reads best regards and shows my email and website, but no name or phone number. Yeah, so let me go show you that here real quick. This is a part of our email builder. It is going to pull from it's going to pull from the signature that you have set up globally, right? So if you go to contacts, settings in your account, and you click general, which is right here, general settings. This is the signature that the email builder is actually creating for me. It's going to be basically whatever you put in here, it's going to put there. So if you want your phone number to show up, you can put that here and it will show up in those emails. and any other information that you might want to include. You could have a photo of yourself here, whatever that looks like. So when we go down here to email templates, you can actually see there's a signature block that you can use let's just say I'll just start from scratch here. You can see that shows up automatically. And if I delete it, I can actually just come right back over here under blocks and just drag a signature in. And that's always going to include the signature that I have there set up globally. All right. Okay, yeah, that's right. I think that regarding length and content considerations, think about how things impact you when you interact with them. Me, for instance, I think that there may have been a point in my life a very long time ago when I was curious enough or interested enough to like read the 1,500-page essay on every recipe post that I ever found that talked about how their grandmother did this or that, or the difference between this ingredient and that. I just got to the point where I just wanted the dang recipe, guys. Like I forgot how to make that thing, and I wanted to go find how to make that thing. And now I'm forced to scroll through and read all of this stuff, right? So I got to the point where that just irritated, right? So when I write, I think about that irritation. I think about the position that other people are in because I don't want them to have that same experience with me, right? So you want to take those kinds of things into consideration. You don't want, you want to be mindful of the impact that you want to have on others, how you want to be received. And that should definitely guide how you produce what you're putting together. All right. You could definitely have different color themes if you wanted to. I would caution against it though, because the inconsistency is something that can erode trust. And trust is what we're trying to build with this exercise, right? So if you want to have cute designs in your emails, I would consider keeping a consistent format. So the background color is always the same. The font choices are always the same. The flow is more or less always the same, but maybe you swap out images that are seasonally appropriate, right? Because what you want is for people to, when they open, feel something familiar, right? The whole idea of branding is about building trust through consistency. And that's consistent design, that's a consistent voice. And sure, there can be variation, but if you skew too far, you're assuming that people are paying closer attention to you than they are, and they're not, right? So you do kind of risk eroding trust that way if you get too creative, if you will, or inconsistent. All right. If starting from zero, is it better to have a separate longer blog entry instead of longer Tip Tuesday message? I mean, it's really up to you. I think that if you are like, it's fine. Like I mentioned before with Adrian, it's fine to have a longer email if it's not dense, right? If you're breaking it up and it's easy to scan through and find what they're interested in. And so if you're not blogging yet, then that's totally fine. There are like, I think of there's a literary newsletter that I'm subscribed to. And yeah, she has a website, but I love her Wednesday emails. They are long, but I look forward to them, right? Like that's a thing that I get to do, when I'm sitting down with my coffee Thursday morning, or if I've made the time for it, on Wednesday evening, I'll sit down and I'll actually read those things. Now, do I open every single link that she puts in it? Of course not. But I definitely reliably open at least one, right? And that's kind of the value of it. So it's okay to have something that's long, and she's like famous for her newsletter. So you can be known for that, and it can be a good thing. You just want to make sure that it's formatted in such a way that you aren't creating obstacles for them to pay attention to you and focus in the first place. And density is really going to be a key thing that creates that issue. Let's see, you've added a custom closing section to your Tip Tuesday. You think it's corrupt or something? No, you can't delete it. Added it twice, once in the wrong place. That may be Jennifer's something to take a screenshot of here. Let's, well, I can't have you share the screen though. Tell you what, can you save it as it is? And then let's see if we can hop on after and see what's going on there. Maybe shoot me an email. Okay, excellent. And that's week 1, you said? I can take a quick look. All right. Let me go ahead and share here, and I'll bring you out to chat here real quick, Jennifer. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't
And
want to
so,
go ahead and create other weeks until I fix this because I don't want to multiply it.
sure, sure, sure. Okay. So here we go. So you added a, oh, I love that. Love that image here. Okay. So you added a sign off section. This,
Yes, that's in the wrong place. So I tried to delete it, but it doesn't look like the other sections.
oh, that is really
I don't,
interesting.
yeah,
Uh, how did, how was this created? Did you use text?
it's a saved section. I've used it before.
Okay. Oh, so it's this closing.
Hmm.
I see. Okay. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's allowing to delete it. All right.
I just like to get rid of it. I did it twice.
Yes. Okay.
I can't even move it.
Okay. Yeah. So this is maybe a bug that we need to investigate. I don't know that that's something that we'll be able to solve here. So
Thank you.
we will we'll take a look at that and let's get in touch and see if we can't get that knocked out. Okay. Stacy's got a question. Can you point me to what's included in my plan, specifically how many texts? So what we're doing here, if you want to investigate what is in your plan, and actually let me I'm in Jennifer's right now, so let me get back into an account that we can share. If you go all the way down, Stacy, to settings under my account, and you go to my plan, this is going to tell you what plan you're on. And of course, if you want to reference on our website, everything that's included with that particular plan. So this is like a pro plan. And you've got your marketing credits. Now we have, I think we've got an article that would better, yeah, here we go. We've got an article here on marketing credits that I will pop into the chat here for you. I'm actually going to type this in as an answer for you here, if you want to click this in the Q&A before we go. So this is going to actually tell you the math of it. So, you know, this is how many, if you have this many credits in your account on your plan, you've got some that roll over, you've got a total, etc. You can see how that connects to a number of emails that you could send. And then depending on the messages you send, those are going to vary, right? So you can take a look at those here. And if you ever need to top up the credits that you have, get more, etc., that is something that that you can do there as well. All right, excellent. All right, thank you guys for sticking around and joining us. I hope that you'll join me in Momentum in March, going into the spring season, getting all of our content prepared. We certainly look forward to working with you in upcoming weeks. We have some very, very, very exciting stuff in the works that we can't wait to share with you. So I hope you guys have a great week and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.